Hey guys, it's Shane. Imagine this. It's the middle of the night, you're asleep having a weird dream. Suddenly something feels off, like when you're home alone and you hear someone whispering your name. The feeling gets stronger. It's like someone's watching you. You see him standing in the shadows of your dream. This man, staring right at you. He's not conventionally hot, not a GQ cover model, but his eyes lock you in. It's freaking me out. You're not alone. Thousands have seen this man in their dreams. They don't know him, but he haunts their sleep. And no one can figure out why. This is next level creepy. So buckle up, we're diving into the mystery of this man. This whole thing, this man phenomenon, it's like straight out of a horror movie, but it's real. And it all started back in 2006 with this psychiatrist in New York City. Now this psychiatrist, he's used to hearing people's crazy dreams, right? That's like his job. But then, things took a turn for the seriously weird. Several of his patients, completely unrelated, started describing the same man in their dreams. And it wasn't just like, oh, I saw a guy. They were giving specific details. They described his face, his weird little smirk, everything. Like they actually knew him. But here's the thing, they didn't. The psychiatrist, he's probably freaking out a little inside, but he's also, like, intrigued. So he decides to do something kinda creepy, but also kind of genius. He sketches the man's face based on his patient's descriptions. And guess what? Even more patients started coming forward, claiming they too had seen the man in their dreams. This psychiatrist, he probably thought he had stumbled onto something huge, something groundbreaking, and he was right. Because the moment that sketch hit the internet, well, let's just say things went from, oh, that's weird, to, oh my god, we're all gonna die. So picture this, it's 2006, the internet is still kinda new and exciting, and people are just starting to realize the whole going viral thing, and then, BAM! This sketch of this man appears on some random forum, probably with a title like, have you seen this man in your dreams? And the internet, being the internet, lost its collective mind. People from all over the world, different countries, different backgrounds, they all started coming forward, claiming they recognized the man in the sketch. They were finding him in their dreams, lurking in the background, staring at them, while they tried to eat their dream pizza. Okay, maybe not that last part, but you get the point. It was like the internet had become this giant support group for people haunted by the same dream man. Theories started popping up everywhere. Was it a ghost? An alien? Some kind of government experiment gone wrong? Everyone had an opinion, and everyone was freaking out. And me? Well, I was just a baby YouTuber back then. But even I remember hearing about this man. It was like the first big internet mystery, and I was hooked. I mean, come on, a mysterious man invading people's dreams. It's like something out of a Christopher Nolan movie, but like, scarier. This wasn't just some silly internet trend that faded away after a few weeks. This was different. This felt real. This felt important. News outlets started picking up the story. You had your serious news anchors trying to keep a straight face while talking about a man who haunts dreams. Even scientists and psychologists were getting in on the action, trying to explain this bizarre phenomenon. They threw around terms like collective unconscious and mass hysteria, but nothing really stuck. No one could explain how so many people from all walks of life could share the same dream about a man they'd never met. It was like this man had become this global celebrity. But instead of red carpets and paparazzi, he had nightmares and internet forums. And the craziest part? No one knew who he was, where he came from, or what he wanted. It was, and still is, a complete mystery. And that's what makes this whole thing so damn intriguing. We're talking about a global phenomenon that has stumped everyone. And trust me, when we're done here, you're gonna be seeing this man everywhere. Even in your sleep. Okay, so we've established that this man is out there, lurking in the dreams of like half the planet, but what does it all mean? Why is this happening? Well, hold on to your tinfoil hats, guys, because we're about to journey into the deep, dark, and often very confusing world of psychology. Now, one of the most popular theories surrounding this man involves something called the collective unconscious. It's a term coined by this super famous psychologist dude named Carl Jung. He was like the Freud of dreams or something. Anyway, Jung believed that there's this hidden part of our minds that connects all of us, like some kind of invisible internet for thoughts and stuff. Think of it like this. Imagine a giant swimming pool. That pool is the collective unconscious. We're all swimming around in it, connected by the water, even if we don't realize it. And sometimes weird stuff floats to the surface of this pool, like, I don't know, a rubber duck wearing a top hat. That rubber duck, my friends, is this man. He's like this random image or idea that somehow bubbled up from the depths of our shared subconscious and decided to take up residence in our dreams. Jung believed that the collective unconscious is filled with these things called archetypes. They're like universal symbols and images that represent basic human experiences and emotions. Think of things like the wise old man, the innocent child, or the creepy stalker dude who appears in your dreams uninvited. So, is this man just another archetype? Is he a representation of some deep-seated fear or anxiety that we all share? Like maybe he's the embodiment of our fear of the unknown, or the feeling of being watched, or the terrifying realization that we left the oven on before going to bed. Or maybe, just maybe, he's trying to tell us something. Like, what if this man is a messenger from our collective subconscious, here to warn us about something like a global pandemic, or the fact that we're all addicted to our phones, or that the McRib is only available for a limited time? Okay, maybe not that last one. But the point is, this man could be a symbol of something much bigger than ourselves, something that our subconscious minds are picking up on, but our conscious minds are too busy watching cat videos to notice. Okay guys, so far we've talked about the collective unconscious and all this psychological stuff, but what if it's something even crazier? Like, what if this man is actually part of some top-secret government experiment? I'm talking MK Ultra level stuff here. I mean, think about it, they've experimented with mind control before, so why not now? We all know the government is shady AF, they're always up to something, right? And let's be real, they probably have technology we can't even dream of. Like, remember those crazy stories about them trying to control people's minds with LSD and stuff? Who's to say they're not doing the same thing now, but with dreams? It's like, they're already in our heads when we're sleeping, so why not just plant an image in there while they're at it? This whole thing just screams conspiracy to me. Like, what if this man is some sort of trigger image? You know, something they've planted in our minds that they can activate later? It's like 1 minute you're just dreaming about your cat wearing a little hat, and the next minute, bam, you're doing their bidding, whatever that may be. It's terrifying, but we have to consider all the possibilities here. Honestly guys, the more I think about it, the more scared I get. Like, what if we're all just pawns in some big government game? And we don't even know it. It's like, we think we're in control of our own minds, but what if we're not? What if they're pulling the strings? So, I was doing some research and I found this theory that the government might be using special frequencies to transmit this image directly into our brains. I know it sounds crazy, but hear me out. There are these things called ELF waves, which are extremely low-frequency electromagnetic waves, and apparently they can penetrate anything, walls, buildings, even our skulls. Some people believe that the government is using these ELF waves to send subliminal messages to us, like, without us even knowing it. And what if this man is one of those messages? They could be beaming his image straight into our subconscious while we sleep. It's like we're being programmed in our sleep. And the scariest part is, we wouldn't even know it's happening. It's not like we're going to wake up and be like, oh, I just saw this man in my dream, and he told me to buy a year's supply of toilet paper. It's more subtle than that. It's like, these messages seep into your subconscious and they can influence your thoughts and behavior without you even realizing it. So like, maybe you start feeling anxious for no reason, or you have this sudden urge to buy a certain brand of toothpaste. Who knows? Maybe it's just a coincidence, or maybe this man planted that idea in your head while you were sleeping. It's terrifying to think about. Okay, so we've talked about the collective unconscious, government conspiracies, but guys, what if it's something even crazier? Like, what if this man isn't even from our world? I know, it sounds insane, but hear me out. We're talking about dreams here, right? That space between reality and whatever's out there. People have been seeing spirits and having visions in their dreams for centuries. It's like a whole other realm where anything is possible. So is it really that far-fetched to think that maybe, just maybe, this man is some kind of interdimensional being? Like, imagine a ghost, but instead of haunting a house, he's haunting our minds? Or what if he's some kind of demon? I mean, think about it, demons are all about messing with people's heads, right? Maybe he's feeding off our fear, our confusion. It's terrifying to think about, but we can't rule it out. And then there's the whole alien thing. I mean, aliens are real, right? We all know it. So what if this man is some kind of extraterrestrial messenger trying to communicate with us through our dreams? Maybe he's trying to warn us about something, or maybe he's just trying to freak us out. Whatever it is, it's definitely not human. Think about all the ancient cultures that believed in dream spirits and otherworldly beings. They couldn't all be wrong, could they? Like, the Native Americans had their spirit guides, the Aboriginals had their dream time, even the ancient Greeks believed that gods and monsters visited them in their sleep. And it's not just ancient history, people all over the world still report encounters with supernatural beings in their dreams. There are stories of people being visited by deceased loved ones, of seeing angels and demons, even of being abducted by aliens. So why is it so hard to believe that this man could be something otherworldly? Maybe he's some kind of ancient entity that's been around for centuries, appearing in people's dreams throughout history. Or maybe he's a more recent phenomenon, a product of our increasingly interconnected world, somehow able to slip through the cracks of our reality and into our minds. Whatever he is, he's clearly tapping into something primal, something deep within our collective psyche. He's a symbol of the unknown, of the things that go bump in the night, both literally and figuratively. And that's what makes him so terrifying. I mean, it's one thing to think about this man as a figment of our imagination, but it's a whole other level of creepy to think that he might actually be real, existing on some other plane of existence. It kind of makes you question everything, you know? Like, what if our dreams aren't just dreams? What if they're portals to other dimensions, other realities? And what if this man is just the tip of the iceberg? What if there are other beings out there, watching us, waiting for the right moment to make contact? It's enough to give you nightmares, right? But here's the thing. What if he's not trying to hurt us? What if he's trying to help us? Maybe he's a guide, trying to lead us to some higher truth. Or maybe he's just lost and confused, trapped in our world and looking for a way out. It's easy to jump to the scariest conclusion, but what if there's more to the story? We have to keep an open mind, guys. We have to consider all the possibilities, because if this man is real, if he's out there, then we need to understand what he wants. Okay, I know what you're thinking, Shane. You're being ridiculous. It's just a picture, right? And yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe it's all just in our heads. The internet is a powerful thing, and we all know how easy it is to get caught up in a viral trend. Maybe this whole "this man" thing is just a case of mass hysteria, a self-fulfilling prophecy. We see the picture, we hear the stories, and our brains start to fill in the blanks, creating this shared delusion. Think about it. The human mind is incredibly suggestible. We see something often enough, hear about it enough times, and it starts to feel familiar, even if we've never actually experienced it ourselves. It's like that time everyone thought they saw a creepy clown lurking in the woods. Turned out to be a bunch of teenagers with too much time on their hands. So maybe that's all this is. A bunch of people freaking themselves out over nothing. Maybe we're all just victims of our own imaginations, caught in a web of internet hype and urban legend. It's not like it would be the first time, right? Think about all the other internet hoaxes that have gone viral over the years. Remember Slender Man? People were convinced this fictional character was real, that he was stalking them, even hurting people. Turned out to be a complete fabrication, a story that spiraled out of control. And what about the Blue Whale Challenge? This supposed online game, where kids were supposedly encouraged to harm themselves, had everyone in a panic. But again, no evidence, just a bunch of rumors and fear-mongering. So is it really that hard to believe that this man could be another one of these internet-fueled myths? Maybe someone created this image as a joke, or as an experiment to see how quickly it would spread. And then, as more and more people saw it, the story took on a life of its own, morphing into this elaborate conspiracy theory. It wouldn't be the first time the internet turned something harmless into a global phenomenon, right? We've seen it happen with everything from planking to the Harlem Shake. So, why not this man? Maybe it's time we all took a step back, took a deep breath, and realized that sometimes the simplest explanation is the most likely one. But here's the thing that gets me, guys. If it's just a hoax, how do you explain the people who claim to have seen this man before his picture ever surfaced online? I mean, I've read countless accounts from people who say they've been having these dreams for years, long before the internet got a hold of it. And these aren't just vague descriptions either. People are able to recall his features in vivid detail, details that match up perfectly with the now infamous sketch. So how is that possible? Are they all lying? Are they all part of some elaborate prank? Or is there something more to it? Maybe the internet didn't create this man, maybe it just gave him a platform, a way to reach a wider audience. Maybe he's been out there all along, lurking in the shadows of our subconscious, waiting for the right moment to reveal himself. I don't know, guys, it's just a lot to process. On the one hand, I want to believe that it's all just a big misunderstanding, that we're all just letting our imaginations run wild. But on the other hand, there's a part of me that can't shake this feeling that something's not quite right. So there you have it, guys. The mystery of this man. Is he a figment of our collective unconscious? A government experiment gone wrong? A being from another dimension? Or just a viral internet hoax? The truth is, we may never know for sure. But that's the thing about mysteries, isn't it? They linger in the back of our minds, haunting us, making us question everything we thought we knew. And this one, this mystery of this man, it feels different, doesn't it? It's personal. Because it's about our dreams, that space where we're at our most vulnerable, our most exposed. And the thought that someone or something might be able to invade that space, to watch us, to influence us. It's terrifying. Has he visited your dreams too? Maybe you've seen him lurking in the shadows, his eyes boring into your soul. Maybe you've felt his presence, cold and unsettling, sending shivers down your spine. Or maybe, just maybe, you haven't encountered him yet. Maybe tonight, when you close your eyes, when you drift off into that world between reality and imagination, you'll see him standing there, waiting for you. Maybe deep within your subconscious, he is already waiting for you. But if you see him, do you have the courage to ask why he's there? What do you think? Have you ever seen this man? Leave a comment and share your experience. And don't forget, maybe tonight, this man will come for you too.